seems like yesterday I was here.
For months, I've wanted to do a formal tour of my boat, but there's always been a project or another sail that I've taken video of. So I've decided today to do that. Finally, just pull the trigger and give you a tour of my 2007 Jeanneau Sun Odyssey 39i. It was commissioned in 2009. And for the first 5 years, it was a freshwater boat in the Great Lakes before it moved down here to the coastal bend. It's currently located in the Corpus Christi Marina, where it's been with one single owner. So that's been a real advantage for me, because not only did the gentleman take care of the boat, but I have all the documentation for just about anything that's either been serviced, repaired, or added to the boat. All right, as we walk up, here we go. We have Sea Ox. There she lies in her slip. And we have in-mast furling. You see the roller furler head sail as well. Brand new mainsail, but you can't see it. And there's the branding we have. Also have a radar here. Got brand new safety lines. And I've done a lot of work to restore this teak. It was actually upgraded with a big teak package. Got new fenders all the way across, and they are branded with my logo, as you can see right there. With the air conditioner running. I got a, if memory serves me right, I have either a 12 or 16,000 BTU air conditioner unit, which is running. Here is the sugar scoop at the stern, and I've got it where I can just walk on to the boat. It's convenient where you can just step onto the boat. I've converted my electrical fittings here or the shore power to smart plugs, and also that stern light's been replaced. My hailing port, Corpus Christi, Texas. There we go. What you're seeing right now is some of this stuff here is the bird deterrent. I have just had quite the time with birds leaving a mess on the boat. So looking at it right now, I haven't been on here in a little bit, and I think it might be working. So I've heard things that anything that reflects and moves. I had made some little pieces of metal that might make some noise, but I didn't want to disturb the neighbors. But they kept falling off, and I didn't want to litter those in the water or anything. But sticking with these little disco balls appears to be working. So let's take a look at the other side. There we go. I need to do a better job of getting this repositioned. So somebody sent me a notice the other day that this buoy had come loose and was now in my slip. Got to figure out what to do with that, because I certainly don't want it in my slip. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyways, let's go higher so you can take a look at the teak. I'm really proud of it. I'm not a big teak guy, but this looks absolutely beautiful. Spent a lot of time. It's supposed to be done twice a year, so we're due again. So this coming year, we'll probably look at replacing the standing rigging and start working our way through the running rigging. It's not in bad shape, but we could certainly, I think it's just time to get everything nice and fresh. It's starting to show some signs of being weathered. And we have one of the first projects you may have seen from one of my videos is had an undersized anchor that was in pretty rough shape. So we got a big, strong 44-pound plow there. And I want to redo the bimini tops here. They look fine, but they're color-coded, not matching, and just there's some other little small issues, like they have these little windows that you can see. You can't see through them, and they're all cracked and in rough shape. They have a custom made so that these stays can go through them, but that's a system that's not working. All right, I'm standing at the stern of the boat, and over here we have the port side helm, and we have our electronics. In the center, we have an Axiom, a Raymarine Axiom 12, which has got mirrored electronics on both helms. Over here we have the Raymarine ST60 Tridata, and it's mirrored on this side. What we do have is the autopilot. We also have a bow thruster for this boat, and there's the chart plotter. And I really like this location. Not only does it stay under the shade so you can read the screen easily, but you can see it from both helms without any complications. It's kind of the perfect height and location so that you can see it wherever you are after this device. One of the newest additions to the boat are these companionway doors that I just added. These are from Zarkor. Took a while to get in. I need to work on the mounting because I have a gap here that I need to seal that off a little bit better. I got a couple of these line bags that I added to the boat since I've had it. This is a power winch. I want to work on getting these clutches better marked. I have a Cricut, and here in the near future, when I get some UV quality decal tape, I'll work on that. All right, let's walk forward here. I'm on the port side. You can see my tracking cars. This is my boom topping line. You can see the UV color. I'm trying to convert a lot of the canvas to a gray, and I don't care, you know, if it's dark or light gray, just kind of get in those family grays. And that's just a personal preference. Here we have the roller furler. We got area for the bowsprit. This is our anchor locker, which is really big for this boat here. And I have a quick windlass. Works great. I need to put some more chain on here as I get ready to go out for longer sails and passages where I'm going to be anchored. So you got a swivel that I installed. Now we'll come up the starboard side. Yeah, this is looking good. So in here, I keep all the safety equipment in this lazarette here. We will have, you know, all the life vests, throw rings and stuff. Over here is miscellaneous lines that I keep for, depends on what kind of docking I have. And as I said here, this is a safety spot. You'll see flares, throwables, and our vest. I've got this all commercial grades, so it is all Coast Guard Type 1. In here is the locker for the propane. I also upgraded those. I had steel tanks in there that were rusting, looked really bad. I did go smaller, but I had these two portable ones. So if I did have to go ashore to refill it, it's not super heavy. And this, for as much cooking as I'm going to do, I think these will work just fine. But they're aluminum and they're super durable and should last a lot longer than no steel. Life Sling 2 over here. I've added just miscellaneous. This is my phone holder so that when I'm under sail, they're all pivoting on a gimbal. Same as these cup holders. I bought those at the Annapolis Boat Show. We have a new barbecue pit that's under here, as well as there's our antennas for the GPS. These come up and give us a lot of eating area if we have guests that want to have dinner here at the inside the cockpit. All right, so I got this open. Let's go down below the companionway doors. I love these. They just, you don't have to worry about that big slab of acrylic that is heavy. It's always in the way. And these actually remove. You just lift them up and you can remove them when you're going out for a sail. Here we are. We come into the galley here. We have a gimbaled stove here with the fiddles. I have my icebox and refrigerator. We have coffee here. I got enough battery power to operate this with a plug right behind it. Here's our sink. Lots of storage throughout here. Here's my nav station. So what happens is that you can fold this down and this will move forward and you have a seat. So you can sit on here. Actually, it pushes forward a little bit more. So we have the VHF radio, electrical panels. We've installed this one new here, so it has power. You'll see all these blanks. But there's some additional items I want to add to the boat here in the near future. LED lighting, some deck lights and stuff. So I asked Gulfstream Marine to install this for me, so I have fresh, clean power to come through. This is also new. We installed a secondary bilge pump in this bilge down here. So you have a deep well that has the bilge that's pumping out mostly the condensate from the AC service, but when it comes up to the second part of the bilge, that's where the high water alarm as well as the secondary bilge is. So that pumps off the back. We pop new holes off the back side. And let's see, let's go. Let's start over here on the starboard side cabin, aft cabin. So we have some storage, some hanging lockers, additional storage down here. Here we have the battery panel for the house batteries as well as the engine. Over here we have, this is the power winch and then the windlass switches here. We had custom blanket covers made for this as well as these blankets back here, which is our tagline, Sailing Projects in Life. Under here we have the engine battery right about here, and then you can see the transmission stuff. All this goes to the engine itself. Here's our Blue Sea Systems monitor, and I need to get this covered up, but if you look down here, you normally don't even notice it, but that's that power winch that you saw. All right, so let's go ahead and go look at the other battery. Now I'm kind of keeping a bunch of miscellaneous stuff in there, and it may be dark. So again, custom blankets. Let's turn this fan off so you're not listening to that. But I had custom blanket made to fit this, as well as some pillows and linen. This is some benches I picked up. This is some inflatable chairs that I picked up in the Annapolis Boat Show that I want to do a review of really soon. I got some tools and stuff. So normally this wouldn't be here and it feels a little bit bigger, but right now that's just kind of where they work. I didn't want to have to go in the garage and dig this stuff out because I'm using it. So I got a hanging locker on both sides. Let me come in here. Well, you'll have to trust me. But anyways, there's the hanging locker. Under here we have one of the AC units on this side. Behind this panel here we have the freshwater pump, the bilge pump, diaphragm pump, as well as the accumulator. My hot water heater is under this settee. We got some storage this side, and I think this is the unit for the refrigerator and freezer in here. I've done a ton of work in here. Let's move this, and I know it's dirty. You have to kind of look past it. It looks even worse on the camera because it's not that dirty. But anyways, this head. So we got a brand new head, new piping, new everything, new through hole, new seacock, all of it. Everything but the tank, which is behind this door right here. And I love this owner's version edition of this boat because you get, you don't have a wet head, you actually have a dedicated shower room here, and then you get this garage. And again, I have a lot of stuff stored in here, and it won't show you exactly how big this is, but I installed these drawers, and so we can pull these up. Again, apologize because I'm just throwing things, getting them out of the way, but you'll see that I can just stick my head in and how I have miscellaneous storage, and these all locked. These are high-end Dewalt tool drawers. I have a hierarchy of what tools go where so that I can get to them as quick as possible. So if there's something I need urgently, it's going to be in here. If not, it may be buried in a bag that's stored somewhere else. This goes all the way aft to the stern, so you can see I have brushes and paddles and different things. Down here is the house bank. I have 4 batteries, as well as some other electrical components. This will open up. I can get to this panel back here. This is the starter and a couple little other stuff, and some other items I can need to get access to at the engine. I got different storage here in the shower. I don't have it really stocked all that well right now because we have not spent any overnights on this boat. So what else do we have here? I kind of think that's it. There's a few small repairs that I want to do. These little vents here, they're not closing all the way because the magnet's not strong enough to hold it. Oh, we put a new microwave in. Small, but you know, it's important because the one we had when you opened it up, it was all rusted on the inside. Got a really big deep refrigerator and freeze. Needs to be defrosted right now, but you see what I have. I mean, you can see all the way down there. I got what was that, 3 layers of waters down there, even below those baskets. So I think that's it. That is a look at my Jeanneau Sun Odyssey that I absolutely love. This is the best boat. I couldn't be happier. I just love coming down. It's my happy space that I come, and if I just sit on here, that's happiness. And then it's icing on the cake when I take this boat sailing. Well, I talked about the documentation, so you'll see some stuff, but I've organized it best I can. So now I have this huge binder, and I have owner's manuals, receipts, and transactions for just about everything. The blue binder there is all the proper documentation for the boat. And that's going to be, you know, the Coast Guard title license and insurance and just stuff I'd need for traveling. And I just recently ran into this Raymarine bag that has all the information for the AIS and VHF, the radio, radar, anything to do with Raymarine, it's in that bag right there. So I'm just keeping it separate. All right, there it is. Welcome to my boat and the adventures that we have on my Jeanneau Sun Odyssey, Seahawks. Well, there you go. There's an informal tour of my Jeanneau that I am absolutely obsessed with. I love this boat. Let me know what you think about my Jeanneau in the comments and tell me what you like and don't like about the Jeanneau Sun Odyssey series. Staying up till dawn, strumming on guitars. That wraps up this week. Thanks for following our journey, one adventure at a time. Join us on Patreon for bonus footage and behind-the-scenes updates. Your support there is truly what helps fuel these adventures. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. We'll see you next week.